Good morning, my dear friends in Jesus Christ. Today we are in the 13th week of Ordinary Time. Today's Gospel is taken from Matthew chapter 16, verses 13 to 19. Today, the Holy Catholic Church celebrates the feast of Saints Peter and Paul. So wish you all a very happy feast. So dear friends, today as we celebrate the two pillars of the Church who were different in character and personality, but were united in their love for Christ and for the Church. So let us now have some insights about these both pillars of the Church. Number one, it is Peter who, by calling Jesus the true Messiah, becomes a fisher of men for Jesus. Number two, by calling Jesus the true Messiah, he becomes the head of the apostles. Number three, by calling Jesus the true Messiah, he becomes the rock on which Jesus built his church. Number four, by calling Jesus the true Messiah, Jesus gave him the keys of the kingdom of heaven. Number five, Peter was privileged to witness the transfiguration, raising of a dead child to life, and the agony in the Gethsemane. Number six, it was Peter who objected to the idea of a suffering Messiah, by which Jesus rebuked him, saying, "Get behind me, Satan." Number seven, it was Peter who accepted Jesus' doctrine of forgiveness, but suggested a limit of 7 times. Number eight, it was Peter who walked on water in faith, but sank into water in doubt. Number nine, it was Peter who refused to let Jesus wash his feet, but wanted his whole body cleansed. Number 10, it was Peter who swore at the Last Supper that he would never deny Jesus, but denied him thrice. Number 11, finally, it was Jesus who asked Peter to lead his sheep. So dear friends, now let us have some insights about St. Paul. Number one, it was Paul who troubled the Christians, but later Jesus changed him to preach the word that only Jesus alone can save us. Number two, he is the one who preached the word, saying, if you truly want to be saved from sin, from the devil, and from the death, then believe in the saving power of Jesus. Number three, Paul's experience of the risen Jesus on the way to Damascus made him zealous, dynamic, and a courageous ambassador for Christ. Number four, Paul never lost his love for his Jewish family, but he questioned about the uselessness of their laws without Christ. Number five, Paul is the one who preached to the Gentiles that you are still God's chosen people, the children of the promise. Number six, he truly suffered imprisonment, stoning, hardships, and illness for the sake of Christ. Number 7, when he writes to 1 Corinthians chapter 2 verse 4, he says, my teaching and message were not delivered with the skillful words of human wisdom, but with the convincing proof of the power of God's Spirit. So my dear friends, let us close our eyes and believe that God has placed before us two great saints who underwent martyrdom for the sake of the gospel, by which they became one, not two. So as we are the disciples of Christ, let us imbibe the good qualities of these great saints, as we may surrender ourselves entirely and totally for His service. Amen.